And I think the last thing that I bought is some fiber. Hey everyone, it's Natalie, also known as Nitty Natty. Welcome to episode 250 of the Love and Stitches podcast. Today I am coming to you from New York. Specifically, we are in Kingston. We've just wrapped up Rhinebeck weekend. It was an amazing time. You can tell that my voice is a little scratchy because I've been talking and chatting and just meeting everyone, and it was such a lovely weekend. This episode is going to have a whole Rhinebeck haul because I got quite a lot of things, not a ton, but I have so much to show you. And I also didn't work on my projects that much because I was doing so much this weekend, like chatting with people and hanging out, and didn't really knit or crochet all that much. So if you're interested in seeing a short little project recap and then sort of a Rhinebeck recap, this is going to be the perfect episode for you. But I just want to reflect for a second on 250 episodes. Like, holy cow, I was thinking about doing something special for this episode, and then it happened. And now it's here. But it's just unbelievable that this has been, I don't know, 5 years, I think, 5 or 6 years, I guess almost 5 years of podcasting almost every single week. And now we're at episode 250. I don't know. It's just wild to think about. All right. I think we should get into the projects because, again, I have a lot of yarn to show you and I want to make sure I can talk about it all. Before we get into those Rhinebeck purchases, I want to say a big thank you to today's podcast sponsor, Lumē. I first got introduced to Lumē through their whole body deodorant when I was looking for something for my feet. So I think I've shared before that I have really sweaty feet. And I mean, sweaty to the point where, like, if I'm wearing hand knit socks for a while, I can like felt them together. And while it's not really a problem to have like sweaty feet, I didn't like having stinky feet. So when I was looking for a solution, I tried their whole body deodorant. I would just put it on my feet. It was especially great for the summertime when I'm wearing sandals and my feet are hot all the time. Lumē is clinically proven to block body odor all day and continues controlling BO for 72 hours. And it really worked for my feet. Then last year when we were preparing to travel, I was looking for something to help me stretch out time in between showers, because if you live in a van, you can't really shower every day unless you like physically go somewhere every day. And that's when I found their acidified body wipes. I actually learned about these from, it was like a day in New York City where I was going from one knitting thing to the other, and my friend had some. She had actually the little tiny pack that you can get in their starter pack. This is the one that I use every single day, but she introduced them to me. You just kind of refresh, wipe up a little bit, apply some more deodorant, and you're like good to go. So I've been using these the last 14 months, but they're also perfect for after the gym, or if you like give a presentation at work and you get really sweaty and you just want to like freshen up a little bit, or from going from, you know, one activity to the next when you have a really long day. They are so awesome, and legitimately, I'm using these every single night. I decided to put their solid deodorant to the test this weekend at Rhinebeck. I thought that would be the perfect time. You're standing around like long days, sweating in the sun, walking around, and I still came home fresh as a rose. Lumē was invented by OBGYN Shannon Klingman, and it stops body odor before it starts. Lumē is a whole body deodorant, and when they say everywhere, they mean everywhere. It's skin safe, baking soda free, vegan, and pH optimized to use anywhere on your body. And it comes in 8 lovely scents: clean tangerine, fresh alpine, lavender sage, minted cucumber, peony rose, soft powder, toasted coconut, and unscented. Lumē's starter pack bundle is a great deal for new customers. It comes with a full-size stick deodorant, a cream deodorant tube or spray deodorant, 2 free products like the wipes or mini body wash, and free US shipping. And just for my followers, Lumē is offering an extra $5 off when you use my link and code NATTY at checkout. That's KNATTY for a deal that's over 40% off. Thanks again to Lumē for keeping me fresh and clean and sponsoring this video. And now let's get into the projects. My main project this week has been my Crochet Advent baby blanket, which I've had in my lovely Beetlejuice bag. So this is a Beetlejuice countdown calendar. Sorry, my camera's being weird. I want to make sure it actually can see me. This is a Beetlejuice countdown calendar from the Little Wolf Knit. And last week I got really behind. I just, wasn't able to do my daily stripe, which is 4 rows of crochet. I love this blanket. This is my 3rd time making this blanket, but look how much it has grown. I have a tiny stitch marker in here somewhere. Oh yes, right here. I have a tiny stitch marker in here that you still can't really see. Oh, here it is right here. So I have done, let's see. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm working on a 10th stripe. So I thought, hey, if I can do like 4 days of 2 stripes each day, then I can get caught up. And I thought I'd get caught up by like midweek last week, but that hasn't really happened. I've been able to do sometimes not even the 1 stripe in the day and sometimes more. Like yesterday, I did 2 stripes and 1 row of the next stripe. So I'm slowly catching up. I will get there eventually, but I'd really like this to be caught up because I want to just go back to working on 1 a day. I find that really, really fun and really relaxing. And then I can give my other projects a little more attention. I don't have all the colors with me right now, but just to get a little sense of what these colors are like. Day 18, that's the one I think I put in yesterday. Day 18 was called Beetlejuice. My gosh. I need Kent to help me fix my camera. I think I was holding it with the camera on and I didn't realize I was like tapping the screen. My bad. Day 17 is called We Dig. So basically, instead of just being like more generalized themes of a movie or something, what I like about the Little Wolf Knits is they take screenshots from the movie, and they do this for shows and like a lot of different collections. I know the December countdown is Schitt's Creek. I got that one last year. But they take screenshots, like screen grabs from the movie or show, and then pull the colors from there. And so you get like such an interesting variety of colors. As you can see, we've got a lot of blues, a lot of greens, a lot of oranges. We've got a pink one in there, reds, other greens, and it just kind of ends up being really fun and really different. So what day am I on today? I really like this color that I started on last night. It's really pretty. It's like pale blue, a little bit of like a peachy color. And that one, I believe, is day 20. I got to look for the empty bag here. Nope, it's day 19. So I showed you that one, didn't I? No, I didn't. Day 19 is called A Beautiful Bunch. And Kent and I have been doing like a loose guessing game with these. I don't know if we did this one because I'm pretty sure I wound this one at dinner last night and we were at a restaurant. What is today's day? I think today's the 21st. Yeah, okay, so that means I haven't done the 21st, obviously, but I also haven't done the 20th. So I'm still like 2 days behind. Maybe last week I was 4 days behind. So that's good. That's progress. I feel pretty good about that. Hopefully today I can finish this one, day 19 and day 20, and then I can maybe get caught up tomorrow. We do have some driving. We're going to be driving to New Jersey tomorrow, and I will not be driving. I'll be riding. So maybe I can get at least a stripe done then. It's only a couple of hours, but usually a stripe takes me anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. So I think that should work. Fingers crossed. So yeah, this has been going really great. I'm loving this version. This one is for Kent. I'm doing slightly modified from the pattern. I'm not doing the little I think it's like a single crochet row of a main color in between, but I'm going to do something different with this blanket that I haven't with my others. And I'm going to use the main skein that came with the countdown to do a border. I don't know exactly how that will look yet. Like I will just kind of keep going chevron along the top and then maybe just work my way down the sides. Maybe I'll switch to like half double crochet. That actually may be what the stripe is in between, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet, but I'm excited to finish this for Kent. Kent's very excited. He keeps joking that he's the only one without a blanket because Toaster has one, I have one, and then this one will finally be his. Got another themed project bag here. I've been loving getting all my themed stuff in. That's what I really wanted for October, is to have a spooky good time. And I'm doing that. It wasn't exactly as I imagined, but I am doing that. So I am working on this beautiful yarn from a Woolen Women Fibers. And I got this in their October Woolen Women box. It's called Halloweentown. So they're no longer selling this box. I think by the time the episode goes live, they will actually be on they take like a few days off before they list the next month. So right now, when I'm recording this, they have November's for sale through like the 20, you know what? I think I wrote it down last week. The 23rd. Yeah. So through the 23rd, you can order November's, but then by the time this episode goes up, they take like a little break, a few days break, and then they'll list December. So if you like to get a fun surprise themed box every month, you may like that. It's got a solid purple mini skein with it, which I'm planning to probably do for the heel. I don't know actually, because with these socks, I'm not really using any particular pattern. What is this in here? Oh yeah, I forgot. Somebody gifted me a cute little heart. The same person that gifted me the other heart in Connecticut. And so I have to add it and hang it up in the van in Lydia. So I'm trying to figure out kind of a great hiking sock. Like I want a sock that's nice and tall, that really stays up. So I'm trying to kind of formulate what that would look like. Maybe possibly in the future, turn it into a pattern. I have some other yarn I want to test it out in too that I recently got. That is a non-superwash yarn because I haven't done any non-superwash socks. But for now, I'm doing this in my Halloweentown yarn. So made quite a lot of progress. I made a really long cuff and more stitches than I normally do. And then now I am working my way down the leg. Again, I want it to be super tall. So I'm kind of working out different decreases, to kind of accommodate my calf down to the thinner part of my ankle. So it's been kind of fun. It's not like, it's still a easy, relaxing, take on the go project, but it's still kind of stimulating my mind a little bit as I'm thinking through some of the best ways to make a sock that can be really tall and stay up. So stay tuned. I'm going to be figuring it out along the way. I'm already thinking about, it's October 21st. I don't think I'm going to be done with these by the end of October. And I know mentally I'm going to be like, I don't want to work on Halloween stuff like starting November 1st, but I might. We're doing in the Love and Stitches membership a whip wrap up in November. So we're focusing on, if anyone wants to, of course, like clear off needles and hooks to get ready for December. Also a time of year when I really like to make my projects really indulgent and like relaxing and themed. So I could wrap that up in November, and I probably should. But I'm already like, oh no, the month is getting away from me. It's going so fast. But knitting is supposed to be fun. So I can't stress about it too much. But I would like to get at least one of those socks finished before the end of the month. Last one here. Told you it would be nice and quick today with the projects. I have my Salty Days sweater, and I've only worked on it for another 30 minutes. So there's really not much to show. So this is the Salty Days sweater by Veronica Lindbergh. I did put in a cute little themed stitch marker. I want to say this one is from Simply Serving. It's a piece of pumpkin pie, but it has a little ghost like whipped cream on it, which is really cute. I have another stitch marker that's a piece of pumpkin pie that is from a different maker. I'm not sure who, and it doesn't have a ghost whipped cream on it. So I'm like, okay, that's my November one for Thanksgiving, and this is my October one. So I've only done just like, I don't even know, 6 rows, maybe. This is the back of the sweater. And again, I'm trying to get caught up on this blanket. Like I mentally feel like I cannot really work on my other projects until I catch up on the blanket. I know that's very silly, but it's what my brain wants to do right now, I think, to get things in order for myself. So that's kind of my plan. I am using 2 yarns held together for this. I'm using a really lovely worsted weight from the Little Fox Knits, I believe. I need to put the labels back in here. I need to get myself more organized. And a mohair silk from Knitting for Olive. So more on that when I actually have more knitting done on it. Toaster is here. I just went and gave the first half of the videos to Kent, and he's like, you were recording the wrong audio. So I apologize if this half sounds a little different and more like normal, but I think it should still be fine for listening purposes, even if it's not exactly the way it normally is. Okay, I have so much to show you from Rhinebeck. And just to start, there is going to be a Rhinebeck vlog. It's coming out on Tuesday. We went to a Woollen Affair on Friday. We went to New York Sheep and Wool on Saturday and Sunday, and we recorded clips here and there just very casually this year. We feel like we've done a lot of like, here's how to do Rhinebeck in the past. And so this year, for our own experience of just getting to be in the moment and then also just to share something different, we just kind of did a vlog. So it's going to be short and sweet, and it'll be coming out on Tuesday. But I wanted to share with you different things that I bought. I had a lot of fun doing a little shopping this weekend. Well, kind of a lot of shopping, but nothing too crazy, I think. But I just wanted to share with you what I got because I wasn't super focused on yarn. I have been getting yarn, as we've been traveling, especially the last few weeks. I've gotten a couple of unique things. So I really didn't need any yarn. I never really need any yarn right now. So I got some different things. Okay, I wanted to start with actually a couple of things that I wore this weekend. So one thing that I'm so proud of myself, I remembered to pack in the van the last time I was at my parents' is this beautiful cowl. I actually got this yarn last year at Rhinebeck, and then I knitted this in, I think, January, and then didn't really wear it, right? Because, it's very Rhinebeck themed, but then I wore it at Rhinebeck this year. I wore it on Friday, I think, or Thursday maybe. I don't know. But this is the Rhinebeck Doodle by Jamie Lomax. The yarn, I believe, is Fangirl Fibers. I got a pack of it. It was like the Rhinebeck pack. And I can't remember if it was just Fangirl Fibers or Fangirl Fibers and Yarnaceous because they all had a booth together. But I love this yarn. It's very squishy and my cowl came out so good. Oh my gosh. This looks so much better. Thank you, Kent, for fixing the camera. Sorry everyone earlier for that. Then Kent was wearing his muscle bro hat, which we have jokingly called the muscle bro hat because him and Ian and Michael, they all wore this hat. Same color yarn, but like slightly different versions of the muscle bro hat. So that was kind of our special Rhinebeck things for this year. I also wore, this hoodie, the Traveler hoodie, and some of my other pieces that I had finished, but I didn't have anything really Rhinebeck specific except for those two things. So let's start chronologically with Thursday. So Thursday and Friday, our friends Addie and Devin of Ruby and Roses were having a trunk show in Kingston at Yarn Farm of Kingston. She had two special colors. This one is called Sunset on the Hudson, and it's really pretty. She put an inspiration photo on her Instagram. So that was for the show. And then she had this one called Amber Foliage. So it's a one of a kind, and it's a sock set. So it's got this really pretty kind of burnt orange with different things in it. And this one, I don't remember if she said they will put up on their site or not. You'll just have to check. But I really, of course, wanted both of those to add to my blanket and then maybe make some socks. And then the other thing that I was really excited to get from her is she has just launched her non-superwash collection. And so I hadn't gotten to touch her non-superwash yarns in person yet, but I knew I was going to love them. And I'm really getting into non-superwashes. So I asked her if she would dye up her Rosy Cheeks. Is Rosy Cheeks the colorway? Yes, Rosy Cheeks color. I got a bunch of these to make a cardigan. I've been dying to make a cardigan. So I actually have a ton of them. I just didn't bring them all in here. But this color is so pretty. And then this base is her new DK base. It's called Rustic Rose. And it is a non-superwash, I believe merino, 100% non-superwash merino. It is probably the softest non-superwash I've ever felt. So if you're hesitant about non-superwash, but you want to get into it, you like the properties of it, this may be a great place to start. She also has a fingering weight non-superwash base and a bulky. The bulky, I think, was even softer. It was really, really nice. But this sweater, for example, is a non-superwash creme brulee, and it is holding up so well, even though it has a really like a texture that could get really stretched out. It's not, because it's non-superwash. So non-superwash has really great properties. I can't explain it as well as somebody who knows a lot about yarn, but it's really great for garments and accessories too, but really great for garments. So I'm really excited to start on this sweater. I think it's going to be a fun color. For me, pink can be a neutral. I wear a lot of neutral t-shirts and stuff, so it will go with that really well. So very excited about that. And that was all on Friday. Then on Thursday. Then on Friday, we went to a woolen affair. I will leave the vlog, leave you to watch the vlog to get like all the details on that event, because it's a new event this year. But they did have some really great vendors there. They also had like really cute artwork. They handed out these little passports. I think you could like go to each booth and stamp them. I did not do that. You could also like make new friends, and then you got to enter a little raffle. They gave, so Catherine of Brooklyn General Store is the one who runs that, but they gave these cute little tags. I haven't opened mine yet, clearly, but it's this yellow leather tag that says a woolen affair. Hold on, it's coming into focus, sort of. It says a woolen affair on it, and you can see it has the two little holes in it. And it came with the rivets that you need. So you can attach it to something, like you could attach it to a garment, like you could put it on here. Let me stand up. Like I could put it on the hem of this, or, something I made, and I could go like that. It could go on the bottom of a hat. It could go on, you could put it on anything basically, but I thought that was a really cute touch, right? Something really unique and special, and everyone, well, I went to the first time slot, so I guess I can't say everyone got it, but in the first time slot, we all got it. I'm assuming everyone got it. I don't know, actually. And then the other thing that I got, actually I got two other things. I got this kit from Farmer's Daughter Fibers. I love Farmer's Daughter Fibers. And it has several of their different yarn bases that are super lovely, but they picked out a hat pattern. I think the hat pattern is by Max Senator? I'm going to forget all the details, but it's a flowery hat pattern, very much in theme with a woolen affair. And then they like picked out colors, that kind of go with the logo. Super fun. And then they're doing a make along with this. So they handed out a thing November 1st through December 31st, Farmer's Daughter Fibers Discord group. You can join using any pattern and any yarn that you got at a woolen fair, which I thought was really fun. So it'd be cool to make this and then like put the little tag on it. You have a little special memory. You could wear it next year. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do that, but it was a really cool concept. I kind of got this actually because I loved the hat pattern so much, and I wanted something special from the show this year to use as a prize for my membership. So that's my plan for this one. I actually just got it to give it away, but I really like it. And then the last thing I got at a woolen affair is this awesome project bag. This is from Yarn and Whiskey. I had not seen them, or if I've seen them before, this was my first time going, okay, focus, get an item from them, but really nice bags. She actually makes some of her prints. So this was one of the prints that she designed herself and had the fabric printed. And this one was kind of, themed for the show, which I thought was really cool. So it's really nice and sturdy. It's got this, I said, oh, what is this? Why is this here? And she said, well, when you cinch it up, that's the handle. I'm like, oh, duh. Like I am ridiculous. So it's a really nice big bag, really lovely, nice and just simple on the inside, but I'm excited for that. Maybe I'll throw my sweater in it or something. I'm not really sure. I also got a yarn cozy from my friend Sarah. She gave me one last year too, and I thought this fabric was really cool. This wasn't a vendor. This was just somebody that I saw, but I wanted to include that. Okay, so that was Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, we went to New York Sheep and Wool Festival. And like I said, I'm not really looking for yarn. I obviously bought a lot of yarn from Ruby and Roses. And so I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm also going to show you some yarn when I talk about in our travels, because we went to a mill this past week too. So like I have enough yarn. So I was looking for some different things. I was actually looking for some lotion. Rhinebeck has a lot of fun, or New York Sheep and Wool has a lot of fun vendors, a lot of different things. They've got like soaps and, you know, not just yarn basically. So there's a lot of places to choose from, but I saw Cat's View Farm and they had a bunch of different yummy scents and testers out. And so I saw this wild honey one. I tested it out. It's a goat milk, lotion. And I was like, let me try that out. I've been looking for a lotion, Neutrogena. I've been using Neutrogena lotion for years and they've stopped making the kind that I like. So I'm looking for something. I tried this. It didn't make me react or anything. And so I thought I'm going to grab some. So I got a little bottle. It's going to be perfect to throw in my knitting bag. So I got that. And then I got a little notions pouch. This is from another vendor. I can't remember what they're called. It starts with an M. You've probably seen it before. They've been at Rhinebeck for a few years. Actually, I think there's a card inside here. Mabel. They're called Mabel, and they take quilts, like vintage quilts that have been damaged. Maybe they've got a hole in them or something, and they take the usable fabric and turn it into something. So notions pouches are like one of the smallest things they make, but they also had fanny packs and project bags and like jackets, all kinds of things. Really, really cute. She said that most of the quilts are from the 1950s. So really, really special kind of things. I really liked this one. So that's the one I grabbed. And I think the last thing that I bought is some fiber. I got this fiber at Loop. This is called a bullseye bump. And the name of this one is Ballet, which I didn't know that when I pulled it off the shelf. I just really liked the colors because it's got white, peach, hot pink, and light pink, which is very me. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but I am learning to spin in a couple of weeks. And so I wanted to have something special. I will probably spin on something else first and then try to spin that. And it will be hopefully my first skein of yarn. We'll have to see, but I'm very excited about that. Okay, and one more thing. This was on Saturday night. I got invited to go to an event with Hobie, which I was so honored to get to go. Tony of TL Yarncrafts and her mom, Gwen, co-hosted this with Hobie, and it was super special. It was like a really lovely dinner. We played some games, got to chit chat and meet other makers. But Tony has a line of yarn with them that I had not tried yet. I've tried some of their other yarns, and I liked them, but I really like these. So we got to like test them out and knit and crochet them, which was really fun. But they also gifted us a ton of yarn. So I'm just going to show you a few. So Happy Place, I believe, is the line of yarn. And this one is Apricity. It's 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide, and 7% wool. And it's like a blown yarn. So like a bulky weight, but really, really light. And it's super soft. I really liked working with that one. Got a couple of colors of that one. And then she also has this really nice 50% wool, 50% cotton. Feels really soft. It looks to be maybe like a DK weight. Let's see, what does it say? A size 3. I think that's a DK because 4 is worsted, right? So this is really nice. I feel like this would be really great for garments. What else did they throw in here? This one looks like a pom-pom one. I don't know. There's so many different, they have like a bajillion different yarns. This one is also the cotton wool. Anyway, it was so fun and so sweet. They also have a little 100% cotton, probably like good like dishcloth cotton or like summer tops. Anyway, that was a fun event. So now I have all that yarn too. So luckily, we are not going to be sleeping in the van for much longer because it is starting to get really, really full. I shared last week that we had made it to our 50th state of Vermont, but I didn't really share with you what we did there. So let's start with that. We got to spend, I think, 4 or 5 days in Vermont, and 3 of those we got to spend with some friends. We stayed with our friends from the Love and Stitches membership, which was really nice, and they got to show us around their area of Vermont. So we went to an apple orchard and picked apples. I can't remember if it's my very first time picking apples, but certainly my first time as an adult. So I picked apples, and I've been eating the apples that I picked. That was really special. We went to Ben & Jerry's. We went on the tour. We got to try some ice creams that they only have at that Ben & Jerry's, but I really like Ben & Jerry's. So that was something that was on my to-do list to do. And then we just hung out. We went to a lot of their favorite restaurants. We got to crochet and knit. And, I filmed a podcast out there. You saw that last week. It was just a really lovely, calm, quiet, special time. And it was beautiful out there. So that was really, really fun. Oh, I also got a maple creamy, which I wish I had had earlier because I would have gotten more than one, but I got one on the way out of Vermont. And it looks like soft serve, but I would say it's not soft serve because I'm not a soft serve fan. And this was 10 times better than soft serve to me. It's like, more of a custard, I would say, because it's a little bit creamier, a little bit thicker than soft serve. And of course it's maple flavored, and it was so good. So I will definitely be getting another one of those if we end up in Vermont again. Now, on our way out of Vermont, we went to Green Mountain Spinnery to film our tour. This tour is going to be coming out in January, so you're going to have to wait a little bit, but I promise it's going to be worth it. They have some of the oldest machinery that I think we've seen on our mill tours. They mill a lot of different stuff, a lot of mohair, a lot of different wools. It was fascinating to learn. And they also do a woolen spun yarn. It's something to do with their carder. And I'm going to let Kate explain that in January when that tour comes up because I don't want to mess it up. But it's really fascinating. We learned about the differences between worsted and woolen spun yarn, and Green Mountain Spinnery does woolen spun yarns. And that reminds me that I got some yarn. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, I just brought one in. So Kate that gave us a tour is also a designer. She had this lovely sweater. It's all garter stitch, very simple, circular yoke, very lightweight, kind of big sleeves, looked like a perfect staple. And so I got a nice cream yarn to make this sweater. This is one of the yarns that Green Mountain Spinnery mills, and it is 40% kid mohair and 60% wool. So it's got this nice fuzziness to it. It is a woolen spun yarn and a single ply. And it looks really nice. And it washes up super nice. Feeling the finished sweater is so nice. So as I said before, I have plenty of yarn. I have enough sweaters to knit for the next 6 months, and I need to stop because I want to get all my stuff organized. I'm looking forward to going to Tennessee. I'm thinking about commandeering an unused shelving space in my parents' house and organizing all of my yarn. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I hope to be able to do that in December. Stay tuned. Okay, so Green Mountain Spinnery was really lovely. And then we headed to New York. We went through Albany, went to the Capitol, didn't do anything exciting there except for that because it was kind of our pit stop on the way to Rhinebeck. We got to Rhinebeck on Thursday, and we have been here ever since. So I'm going to save all of the fun, all of the food, all of the community stuff for the vlog on Tuesday. And I think you're going to enjoy that. So with that being said, I need to do the next segment because I kind of feel like I forgot to do that last week. Did I forget to do coming up? But I've got a few things to share with you, so let's head into that one. We took a little break this Saturday for Rhinebeck from posting our yarn store tours, but we're back at it. If you are enjoying these yarn store tours, please come and join us on Saturdays. We post them. They're like live premieres because we've previously recorded and edited them, but then we all watch together at the same time at 12 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays. And you can ask me questions about the tour, or we just chat about what are you working on today? And it's a fun time. It's really great. So this Saturday, we're going to be going to Barboursville, West Virginia, to the Blue U. This is a teeny tiny little shop that is jam-packed full of great yarn. I cannot wait for you to see this one. This is the first yarn store that we went to on this leg of the trip. After we flew to Alaska and Hawaii, we came back to my parents, recouped, and then headed back out in the van. And since then, we have been to 10 states or something like that. It's been a whirlwind, but we only filmed this like 5 weeks ago. So I can't wait to share this one with you. It's going to be a great one. So Saturday, October 26th, at 12 p.m. Come and join us. And then every week after that for the rest of the year, except maybe the last week of the year, I think we're going to take another break. What else is going on? The Winter Magic kits. So the Winter Magic sock kits, they all sold out. And then Coven Collective opened up a second pre-order with a super limited number of kits. I think it was like 30 kits. Right now, I just checked today, their website is closed because they are vending somewhere, but it will be reopening again soon. So I'm not able to check and see if they have any kits left. So go and check their website. I think that they have now hit their like maximum quantity that they can ship and send, but you can still participate with us with the Winter Magic Socks pattern because there's not a limit on those because I don't have to make each individual one. But you can join us by using the Winter Magic Socks pattern, or you can just join us for Sockmas. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about Sockmas. We're going to be doing a make-along from November 29th to December. What are the dates? I put it on my website, but now I don't know them off the top of my head. November 29th to December 20th is Sockmas. And basically you can make any sock pattern with any yarn. The goal is to finish a pair of socks that you can wear for the season or the holidays, and just make along with us. It's very, very casual this year. Like you don't really even need to worry about waiting to cast on if you don't want to, but you can. Like we're gonna do a cast on day on November 29th. It's the day after American Thanksgiving. But we're not going to do any like major prizes this year. We're just going to do a bunch of free community stuff. So it's just going to be a good, fun time. So come and join us. It's going to be great. I'm going to be at a couple of different places throughout the end of the year. So the first one is actually tomorrow, if you're watching this the day that this comes out, on Friday, October 25th from 5 to 9 o'clock. They've just extended their hours. I'm going to be at Cleo's in Brooklyn, New York. This is their regular weekly happy hour on Fridays, and I will be there. So I'm excited to meet some of you and see some friends. I'm also going to be in Ohio in mid-November, but I can't share the exact details yet. I should know them by next week's episode, or you can check Instagram or nittynatty.com. But I should be in Ohio mid-November, and we will be having a meetup then. Last one here, we just scheduled this. I'm going to be at Copious Fibers in Irmo, South Carolina in December. It's going to be Tuesday, December 3rd from 5 to 8 p.m. This is their fiber wind down, their weekly fiber wind down. I actually came to it last year, like at the end of December. So it's been a whole year since we've been there, but we're going back because we're going to be filming a tour with them. This is just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. So if you're in that area, look up the store. You got a little bit of time to plan. Hopefully you can come and join. I know it's midweek, but hopefully you'll be able to come and join us. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, other events going on. I am participating in an online event called Pattern Harvest. It is hosted by the Mrs. Shank blog. I say vlog way too often. Mrs. Shank blog. And it's basically just a collection of patterns for the fall and winter, some knitting patterns and some crochet patterns. It's a good variety. And every day they're just featuring a pattern, and my Winter Magic Socks are being featured. So if you're interested in just kind of seeing some new fun patterns, I mean, a whole variety. There are accessories and garments and everything in between. You can go to the link. I'm going to leave it. It's mrsshank.com, and then you can find Pattern Harvest, but I'll also leave the direct link down below if you just want to check them out. You can also follow them on Instagram. They're posting them all there as well. I have a couple of events that have been shared with me after several weeks of not adding anything new, and I need to go kind of like clean up that area of the website and update everything. But I have an international event to share with you and a brand new event. So the first thing is in October. It is the Backninger Wool Fest in Backning, Germany, and I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but hopefully with it on the screen, you can know what I'm talking about. It is October 26th through 27th. I also have more events in Germany that I'm going to be sharing next week. I just needed to kind of get them all sorted out and together. And then the last thing is the Nash Yarn Fest is going to be next year in March in Nashville, Tennessee, March 15th through the 16th. It is not just a shopping event, but it looks like it's going to be pretty big. I think it said 50 vendors, but you can also participate in an Arne and Carlos workshop, or they have like a whole retreat weekend. So this is exciting to me personally because I'm going to be in Nashville. I'm from Nashville, and we haven't had a big fiber event. There's SSK, which is pretty big, but we haven't had like a new fiber event since Stitches was there like a long time ago. So this is pretty exciting for Nashville and the Southeast. So I can't wait to check it out. I'm going to be there. But yeah, if you have any events that you are coming across that come up on your radar, let me know. I'd love to add them to my events page on my website so that they're just there and a great resource for people who might want to find them. Okay, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.